So what would happen if your child feels entitled and this belief goes on and on until they become adults? Stick around if you want to find out. Hello there, welcome to Parenting Hacks with Dr. Yanina. Thank you so much for watching. And in my previous episode, I talk about how we can be raising entitled children under the idea that we are helping them improve their self-esteem. And I also talk about how this can potentially harm your child's emotional, social, and professional life, especially when they become adults. So, in this week's episode, what I want to do is I want to share with you the possible consequences of feeling entitled when your child becomes an adult. Because the truth is that we all want to have healthy children. We all want to have children who become independent, who are confident, who experience success when they become adults. And that's why most of us, we really work on improving our children's self-esteem. But the danger is when the way we improve or the way we are trying to improve our children's self-esteem can lead to the idea that they feel entitled. And when they feel entitled, if that idea or that belief goes on and on and on and gets stronger and stronger, there are consequences as adults, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you, the possible consequences of feeling entitled once you become an adult. So let's dive into this. So oftentimes, children who feel that they're entitled and they become adults, they have a hard time at work. They clash at work a lot. They tend, many of them, they do tend to be arrogant. They tend to have narcissistic tendencies. And because of that arrogance and narcissistic tendency, they have a lot of problem with coworkers, especially when you are at a workplace, in a work environment that requires a lot of collaboration, requires a lot of communicating with each other and sharing ideas. If you have that idea that you're entitled to your comments, to the way you do things, and everyone else have to follow you because that you are the right person, everything you say and do is right, well, others are not going to take that very lightly. Of course, there's going to be conflict between the person who feels entitled with the coworkers. So clashing at work is a common one. Of course, they have a lot of difficulty establishing and maintaining healthy relationships. Why? Because a healthy person wants to be with other healthy persons. When they have a relationship with someone who is narcissistic or arrogant, well, obviously there will be that tendency to back off and dissolve the relationship, which is why it's so hard to maintain healthy relationships. No one wants to be with a narcissistic or someone that believes that they feel that they deserve everything. And they will have difficulty, as I said before, collaborating with other people. They will have a hard time receiving feedback from other people. And what happens is that when they receive this feedback from other people, he's going to start questioning, like, why are they questioning my ideas? Why they think that what I'm saying or suggesting is wrong? I don't deserve this. I don't deserve these people questioning my ideas, right? And when things don't go their way, then they start thinking about that there's no point in trying. What am I going to try? Because these people are not going to accept my ideas, so there's no point in trying. And because of that, people are going to start, separating away from this person, hopefully not your child, but this person that we're talking about, this person who feels entitled. And as a result, this person is going to start feeling symptoms of depression, feeling lonely, and of course we all know that depression and loneliness lead to more severe mental health issues if they're not taken care of immediately or as soon as possible. And because they're feeling depressed and they're feeling lonely, then giving up easily is something that happens instead of, working diligently. So there's that tendency of giving up easier just because they are not feeling the energy, the thrive that they need in order for them to succeed. So it's very, very important that we take a look at these things because these are possible consequences that we should not be taking lightly. We want our children to be responsible. We want them to be independent. We want them to be able to manage conflict appropriately. We want them to accept challenges and work towards a solution. We want them to tolerate frustration. We want them to express their emotions in a healthy way. We want them to practice self-compassion, and we want them to respect and have compassion toward other people, right? And that's why it's so important that, which is this week's parenting hack, that you go back and watch last week's episodes where I shared a hack to help you if this is a situation, if you're seeing that your child is becoming, having those entitlement tendencies, just to make sure how you can distinguish between boosting your child's self-esteem in a healthier way or helping improve your child's self-esteem versus possibly feeding up into their entitlement beliefs. So if this is where you are, this is something you want to know, I really encourage you that you go back and watch last week's episode, which is going to be this week's hack, to go back and watch last week's episode. And if you did it, just go back again and review. It doesn't hurt to review the hack and start using it with your child, so we make sure your child becomes a healthy, highly confident child versus a child who feels that he or she deserves everything, right? So that's what I have for you this week. And of course, if you have not done so yet, and you're watching me through my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe. It takes a second so you don't miss out on future episodes. If you're watching me through IGTV, of course, I invite you to follow me. And if you are listening to this episode through my podcast, I invite you to also subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And one more thing before I say goodbye, don't forget to share this episode in your social media. And if you do that, I will be super, super thankful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.